we're like 3 weeks away from SummerSlam, and there's a lot of discussion about where SummerSlam is going to be held. Earlier this week, PW Insider's Mike Johnson reported that WWE was considering holding the event at an outdoor setting like a beach, or potentially holding the event on a boat. WrestlingNews.co was reporting that Vince McMahon has gotten tired of all the shows being at the Performance Center. The idea of running the show on the top of WWE headquarters has been tossed around. WrestleVotes reported yesterday WWE has been looking into hosting SummerSlam somewhere in the Northeast at an outdoor location with a limited amount of fans in attendance. There has been no interest reportedly from any states. They were also reporting that Vince McMahon has been hoping to welcome fans back to shows by September. It will be tough to get approval from states as well.
SummerSlam live from 3 Mile Island.
And yeah, I mean, it's not they've been working on decommissioning it, so it's not like there's really been anybody out there for a while. And like, here's the thing, it's, you know, when WrestleMania got shelved and got put in the Performance Center, the big question was like, well, what's going to happen to SummerSlam? Because I think back at that point, the mayor of Boston had kind of put out this edict that, you know, that there was going to be no events in Boston until I think through the end of the year, or like through at least through like October. So it was like, well, that's going to be kind of hard to do SummerSlam. You know, and the WWE just made it official. They said they were still hoping to announce, or that a new location would be announced soon. That was the news last week. So a lot of people are going, well, it's going to be in the Performance Center. It's going to be in the Performance Center. Just announce it's going to be in the Performance Center. I'm like, look, they don't want another Big Four pay-per-view in the Performance Center. They don't want it. Let's be honest, we don't want it. You know, as good as I think the in-ring work was for WrestleMania, it's gonna forever be the empty building WrestleMania. They don't want a forever empty building SummerSlam. So in terms of holding it on a beach, on a boat, on the top of headquarters, quite frankly, I'm game wherever they can hold this thing that isn't the Performance Center. I'm watching either way, obviously. But to give SummerSlam, the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, a different look than the show we've been presented for the last 5 months, with the exception of the Money in the Bank match and the cinematic matches, I'm all for it. A boat would be fine. A beach would be fine. Just, you know, and you know, Tim, we'll go to you first. Like, your thoughts on this, and where, like, if they're not going to hold it in the Performance Center, like, where do you want to see him have this?
Put it on a damn boat.
Right? So, Vince McMahon knows somebody with a boat that could hold this thing.
You mean to tell me that somebody who owns Carnival Cruise Line isn't just dying to send a Carnival cruise boat out into the middle of the ocean off of Florida?
Send it into international waters so you can have people there.
Just send it. You don't even need people.
No,
like,
just something
literally
different.
Just fill it.
Salsa.
Just fill it with the NXT dudes. Like, because here's the
Give
thing.
everybody in WWE a vacation.
WrestleMania was supposed to be at Raymond James Stadium, and there's a giant boat. There was supposed to be a giant boat at WrestleMania. And what I wanted is I wanted somebody thrown off the boat at WrestleMania. Well, even better, we're getting it at SummerSlam. We're sending somebody off a damn boat into a dinghy. Somebody better have their life jackets. Rey Mysterio is getting sent into the Gulf of Mexico.
Bring back one of the release talents to throw them off.
Well, Rey Mysterio's been thrown off of a building.
Well,
he's had his eyeball popped out.
That's true.
Allegedly. Send Rey into the effing Gulf of Mexico.
There you go.
Put the boat right off
It's
there.
trifecta.
Huck him. He'll be fine.
Love it. Charlie says, do Road Wild. WWE presents SummerSlam Road Wild. Mark, how about you? Your thoughts on the SummerSlam situation?
Well, I'll tell you what, WCW did a few shows on the beach, and of course Road Wild, and I thought it was a terrible venue, and because you don't have the crowd noise. But I'll tell you what, at this point, with the unprecedented times that we are in, I think that would be an improvement over being in the Performance Center again. So an outdoor venue would be nice, even if it's on a beach and there's a limited crowd. At this point, it's better than what we're getting in the Performance Center as far as crowd. A boat would be a good option too. I think a beach would probably be more logical at this point.
Yeah, just something different. How about you, Matt?
As a big NBA fan, I'm going to urge WWE to follow in the footsteps. Give me SummerSlam at the foot of Cinderella's palace.
Nice.
Set up the ring on that stage. Give me every single match at Disney World. We can have entrants from different rides. I mean, you could have the Fiend popping up from the Haunted Mansion. Do all sorts of things with that.
The cinema style matches.
Oh, just I mean,
Ric Flair, Ric Flair near Space Mountain.
Yeah, maybe Charlotte and Flair could come out of Space Mountain.
I mean, she did.
Well, yeah, that's she sure did.
Shane McMahon could jump off of Cinderella's castle, through the Miz on a table, on the ground in front, and I will concede that he is the best wrestler of all time. If you give me that, Ben.
I can't say it's out of the realm of possibility because WCW ran Disney MGM for years.
Yeah,
you could have
ran the small sound stage.
You could have Hornswoggle in the It's a Small World ride.
Way out of line.
The opportunities are endless.
I mean,
yeah,
you have
I really like
Rey
that.
Mysterio coming out of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride with swashbuckling Seth. I mean, we wanted it. We can finally get it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the deal. Again, the Performance Center thing, it is what it is. The WWE is fortunate to have that home, and I know, like there was somebody on Twitter that was like, if the WWE advertises an outdoor SummerSlam, and then obviously it's hurricane season, he's like, if there's a tropical storm and they have to put it inside, then it's all for nothing. I'm like, okay, I don't think it's not really all for nothing. Like, you can't control, the damn weather. So if only WWE had a building that is like a fallback just in case. And also, I mean,
I don't think so.
And like,
I don't think so, Tim.
Like also, if you film ahead of time, because WrestleMania was filmed ahead of time, you can find a window of opportunity to do this when the weather's like, it's not like hurricane season. It's just a hurricane from July until October. Like, there's points where there's sunshine on a beach. So if you're going to do it on a beach, find a week where there's no hurricaning happen down there. So
I will say, I'll say this. If they end up putting it on a damn boat, you know what's going to happen, right?
What's that?
Chris Jericho won't shut up.
Well, he doesn't shut up anyway, so.
Right, but he's going to be like, we already did it twice.
Yeah. Well, no, like immediately when I saw this report, I was like, well, here comes the AEW did the cruise first. But it's like, you know what? Same thing with the wrestlers in the crowd. Who gives a shit?
An eye for an eye.
Yeah, like who gives a rat's ass at this point? Like, we've been over this. Everybody is emulating something that somebody else did. There's very few things in wrestling anymore that people are truly originating on. Now, right. I mean, poking dudes' eyes out on the corner of the steps, I don't ever remember seeing But besides that, I mean, there's not a whole lot of new stuff. So like, have it on a boat, have it on a beach. Yeah, I'm on board with holding it somewhere different. Because just give me a different look. Hell, like, I mean, we saw obviously the Stadium Stampede match was all throughout the stadium, but like, put it in the middle of a football stadium, you know, like put it in a baseball's back. So, put it somewhere different. I don't care if it's an empty arena. I don't care if it, just give me something different. Give me, just give me something that looks a little bit different than the Performance Center, because like it's, it sucks. It absolutely sucks that WrestleMania and SummerSlam, and let's be honest, at this point, probably Survivor Series, is gonna be not in front of a crowd. Like, it sucks a big and also, I mean, I saw a report today that they're already discussing what's going to happen with the Royal Rumble, because that was supposed to be, the report was Seattle at Safeco Field. So you're going to do another baseball stadium, which, again, baseball stadium Royal Rumbles forever until the end of time, as long as there's not a goddamn global pandemic. But like, and I said this, and I truly mean it, like, WrestleMania empty building sucked. SummerSlam's going to suck. Pay-per-views, Raws, whatever. But there will not, to me, there's not a more disappointing empty arena show than Royal Rumble. Because, like, one of the most fun things about the Royal Rumble is the countdown, the buzzer, who's coming out next, when you get that return, when you get that, guy coming out of retirement, like, whoever it is. Goddamn, like, wear your fucking mask, people, because I want to have a fucking Royal Rumble in a goddamn stadium. And if you prevent us from having that, I'm going to be pissed off at you until the end of time. You have until January, motherfuckers. Get your shit straight.
WWE is selling masks. Buy them. Wear them.
Yeah. Everybody in their freaking mother. I think we might be the only people that aren't selling masks at this point. Everybody's selling masks. Everybody. Your local produce market's selling masks. Your grocery stores are probably selling them. Every store on Etsy, every store on fucking Amazon, everybody has them. Spend $10 instead of getting a fucking Whopper value meal. Get a goddamn mask. Wear it everywhere you go. I'm sick of this shit.
Are they selling masks at Roots?
Oh yeah, not necessarily Roots brand, but they're selling tons of masks there. And,
Roots brand.
Hershey Park has masks. Yeah, there's none that actually like say Roots, but there's you better believe they're selling masks.
I got a T Public store. We're selling masks.
See, I told you. Everybody
get the not the Toolman logo on a mask.
Everybody has a mask. Charlie says Jim Cornette has masks. So if you want your mask as the side of racism, or angry old wrestling guy, do that. I don't care. I don't care whose mask you buy. Just wear the fucking thing. Wear it.
I really don't care what the message is either. I've seen the sarcastic and snarky masks of like my father didn't fight in the war, so that I would have to wear the mask. If you're wearing that mask, then I don't really care what the message says. Honestly.
Sure, if you want to wear a fucking MAGA 2020 mask, by all means, do it. I don't care. As long as you're wearing the thing, and for the fuck's sake, put it over your nose. Over your nose, over your mouth, okay? Like, I didn't mean to go down this road, but fuck it, we're here, okay? Nose, mouth. Cover them. If you're wearing the mask here under your chin, doesn't do a goddamn thing, okay? If you're wearing it over your eyes, doesn't do a fucking thing. Over the nose, if it's under your nose, doesn't do it. Nose and mouth, cover it, okay? That's another reason I have a mustache, okay? I have a mustache. Like, it looks horrible, but nobody's going to see it if I go outside my house because I'm wearing a mask. So it doesn't matter what you look like under there. For a lot of people, it's going to be an improvement. No offense. For me, it's an improvement. I'm with you. Sorry, wear the fucking thing. Just wear it. Just wear it. I want Royal Rumble with people and a countdown.
So what you're saying is no masks, right?
Son of a bitch.
You're Vince McMahon. No masks.
The key takeaway from this is just masks are bad.
Sure, yes. Absolutely. 100%. They're horrible.
The sooner you wear it, the sooner you don't wear it.
Exactly. Fucking everybody does it. We're out of this thing in 6 weeks, and we can all go back to just being stupid morons arguing about everything else. So just wear the fucking thing. Just wear it.
Instead, would just be stupid morons.
We're just going to be morons forever until the end of time.
Dumbass!
You'll still be a moron. You'll just be a moron in a mask.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not a smart guy. I'm not smart.
Sure?
But it's okay.
Are you sure about that?
I'm 100% sure about that. I'm an idiot. But I wear it. I wear the thing.
Can you soundboard yourself saying I'm an idiot?
Yeah. I gotta timestamp it.
I'm an idiot.
It's around the 135 mark.
Yeah, you'll find it.
135-ish.
Jim, are you drinking a Truly again?
Well, I'm drinking Coors Light now. I'm slowly trickling down the line. So I started with this, and then I went to this, which is the pineapple. Probably one of my favorite flavors. And now I'm here.
Reach out, take it.
There you go. Give me some of it. Is that any good? I've heard really good things.
Well, shit. All right, hold on.
So you started with WrestleMania 31, and then you went to SummerSlam 95.
I don't have a cup.
It stinks!
Right out of the bottle. Come on, Tim.
Or is that a community bottle?
It's a community bottle.
It's a community bottle.
I spilled all on my leg.
All over the leg. That's all
lid.
right. And you said that's peanut butter whiskey?
Yeah, it tastes like peanut butter.
Oh, that could be dangerous.
It is.
I might need to invest in that. Now, do they make a jelly whiskey? So if I could sit there with peanut butter in one hand, jelly in the other, and I'm just getting shit-faced on my couch, and I'm going, hey, peanut butter and jelly. It's peanut butter jelly time.
So, Dogfish Head has done the flavored alcohol for a while. They had a marshmallow vodka and a peanut butter vodka as well. And you can mix them with stuff that you wouldn't normally mix that with. I'm glad Tim came back doing that.
I had some leftover booze on the cap, so I put the cap back on, and then I started putting the cap in my mouth, and I didn't want people to look like I was sucking the bottle's dick.
Well, come on now.
Oh,
I'm not that drunk.
Not yet. You're not that drunk yet.
God, these dogs are gonna lick my legs and get drunk as fuck.
Hey, come on. Let the dogs live a little. But yeah, so we'll see where SummerSlam ends up being. Let's also talk about, because this has been something that's been going on for about a week now, and I pulled a short clip. It's about a minute long of the Adam Cole, Pat McAfee saga. So if you're unaware, this was on the Pat McAfee show last week, and then I have a short clip from when Triple H joined Pat McAfee earlier this week. Oh, hold on, I gotta turn the volumes up. Screwed that one up. I'm an idiot. Don't worry, I'll get that. That sound will be on the board next week. The I'm an idiot.
Oh, that's right, me. Did it all by myself.
No, don't believe that. We've watched the takeovers, Adam. The Undisputed Era is the main reason why you've succeeded. But by the way, smart. That's good business. Hey, that's business, baby. That's very smart. So, and especially for you, because, you're kind of small.
Oh, we're going to go with the size thing now.
Fuck you, Pat. Seriously, I'm sick of your shit. I come the whole way here, take time away from my family to come to do your stupid fucking show. And you're going to continue to disrespect me. Don't touch me.
Whoa.
Fuck you, Pat. Fuck you.
No, fuck you. Get out of here.
Shit.
I like both of you guys. And you're both good guys. You're both very passionate about what you do. And to me, this is all a misunderstanding. Look, you guys have had a relationship for a while, positively, partially, and then becoming negative. And I think it started from a place of you participating in shows back in Indianapolis when you first came to a show, I believe.
Yep.
And you guys had interaction from the showbiz side of this.
So yeah, I mean, Triple H was on there, I think, to like address the situation. I know Adam Cole this week had issued an apology to you know, for the way he reacted in the situation. I mean, from the word go, because like I saw, I'm not a daily Pat McAfee listener. I'm aware of the show from the beginning. Tim, go ahead.
I'm actually getting a call from one of our satellite reporters. Miss Rihanna is here. She's actually pointing me in the right direction. She's saying, work. Yes, this is a work. Because they put it on WWE television on Wednesday.
Right.
Therefore, it's not real, you idiots. Thank you, Rihanna.
Thank you.
I thought you were going to preface the clip with the Rihanna sound.
Yeah, that was well done. I'm glad I went to you before I hit the button, because I was just going to hit the button, and I'm glad I didn't.
I got you, Big Jim.
Yeah, you know, that one was pretty easy to sniff out. It was pretty easy to sniff out.
Yeah.
Now, that said, I thought it was executed pretty well. I'm curious to see where they go with it.
On a boat. Put him on a damn
Put
boat.
him on a boat. You know what? If this ends up with Pat McAfee being thrown off of a boat, this may be the best year in professional wrestling.
It's going to be Pat McAfee punting one of those little Undisputed Era dudes off a boat.
I mean, I appreciate it. They were definitely trying to recreate the whole gym room.
Yes.
Jim Everett thing. So I
such a great moment.
Applaud to what you were trying to do, and I think it worked. That's still one of my favorite.
Call me Chris again.
I bet you I will, Chris.
So good.
Yeah, I think it did its job. It got people talking. Enough people bought into it. I don't know much about Pat McAfee. Apparently, he was a punter.
He was a punter, mostly for the Colts. I don't know if he played for anybody else.
I think he only played for the Colts.
He's done some like on-air work with the WWE, like pre-show panels, things like that.
Right.
He's the dude who famously wore suit shorts at WrestleMania.
Yeah. You know, and like, here's the thing. The only thing that bothers me about it is like they waited until real sports were actually back to do something like this. Like, why didn't you do this in like May when you were the only game in town? And, you know, and then all of this, you know, I get that like Cole just lost the title. So that was like kind of the catalyst for his anger or what have you. But like, if you could have done this in the middle of May when ESPN and Fox Sports and all of that were just scraping barnacles off the bottom of the boat to try and find shit to talk about.
Even better, we're going to do it while the Miami Marlins are giving everyone in baseball COVID.
Right.
And like
basketball's back, hockey's back, baseball's back with plenty of topics within it to talk about. The NFL's getting near camp. College football's having to make their decisions. So all of this stuff like you know, when it could have been, you know, headline topics somewhere, because you have a former NFL player getting into an altercation with a wrestler, which you know, there's a wrestling page on ESPN. There's a wrestling, you know, WWE on Fox. You know, so I think that's the only thing that bothers me a little bit is like they kind of missed the boat a little bit on this. Like this was kind of an opportunity lost, I think. But do we think this ends up McAfee in a match or McAfee managing somebody against Adam Cole? Tim, you think it's him in a match?
Yes, I think it's going to be Undisputed Era versus Pat McAfee and his football wrestling all stars or whatever you want to call it. Like it's going to be a way for McAfee to like hide. Now, unfortunately, when you put Pat McAfee in the ring with Adam Cole, Pat McAfee is going to look like Andre the Giant.
Yes, he is.
Like
he's a big guy for a punter.
Even though he's a punter, he's a football player. They're not little. Like the little dudes are the kickers. Like
yeah.
Punters actually get hit. Like
yeah, they can't.
He's a thick boy, and like, but I think it's going to end up being a match. I personally think the reason why they waited this long to do this is because, they need something for Adam Cole to do right now, and they want to keep him away from any championship implications. So your best bet is to put him with your highest profile outside of WWE guy to get extra eyes somewhere, and it'll work.
Yeah, and I mean, let's be honest. If you're gonna put, you know, the football all-stars in a situation with anybody, the Undisputed Era is a pretty good group to put him in with, because they can obviously, you know, you could put them into a match with 4 broomsticks, and it might get at least 3 stars in Japan. So yeah, I think, you know, I think it makes sense from that point. And what I don't want them to do with Adam Cole and or the Undisputed Era is throw him onto Raw because he lost the NXT title, and then what happened to Bianca Belair happens to Adam Cole, and just you debut, and then we just kind of forget about you for a while, and then we're gonna throw you back on 1 week, and then we're gonna probably forget about you again. Like when Adam Cole comes to the WWE, I want him again, and or the Undisputed Era if he goes up with them, to be important right away. So, you know, if this is what it takes, then by all means. Matt, what's up?
What's up with
this? What's your thoughts on this?
I mean, I do think it ends up like they wouldn't just like have this just for filler. Like it does end up with a match. So I think we will see McAfee in the ring. You know, probably not to the extent that Gronk was, where he's eventually hoisting the 24/7 title, but like he will be like involved in something. You know, Survivor Series is coming up, so in a couple months anyway. So I don't think was just like a one-off thing. This is building to something.
Mark, your thoughts on this this situation?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not a huge fan of non-wrestlers mixing it up with wrestlers, and usually the non-wrestling person comes out looking good or looking better than the wrestler. But I mean, it's got people talking. That's what they wanted. It's getting mainstream media attention. But honestly, I really have very little interest in Pat McAfee. Honestly, if you had him here in a lineup of people, I couldn't pick him out. I'm not a big sports fan in that aspect, but I really have very little interest in it at all. I could do without it, but it does make sense. They're trying to keep Cole away from the title and, you know, kind of give him something to do while they figure out his next move. I totally get that.
Yeah, and I mean, ultimately, if the match itself is better than Bam Bam versus LT, then, you know, and then you got to consider it at least a mild success.
Setting the bar real high there, Jim.
Well, I mean, it's the only instance I can think of off the top of my head from WWE where there was a football player or ex-football player. I mean, obviously in WCW you had Mongo all over all over the Four Horsemen.
You had Kurt Hawkins, Gronk, that whole big moment.
Yeah, I said what I said.
Not WWE, but Stephen Amell was in for a match against
Not football.
Stardust.
Yeah. I mean, that's not football, but like,
Right.
I mean, there's plenty of instances of
Sure.
like non-wrestlers, like athletes from other disciplines. I mean,
Butterbean.
Butterbean,
yeah,
Tyson Fury,
Mayweather,
Floyd Mayweather, Karl Malone.
Man,
Dennis Rodman.
I almost forgot about Tyson Fury. I almost forgot about Tyson Fury until you said that. Damn. Now I got to remember that was a thing.
You're welcome.
I mean, Charlie, I think hits the nail on the head. If it brings eyes to NXT, then it's a good thing.
Brock Lesnar.
Well, there you go.
Former Minnesota Viking, Brock Lesnar.
There you go. He was a former Minnesota Viking.